Reflection time. To this reflection, I'm going to reflect on the differences between the elementary school experience and the high school experience, but more specifically in the context of St. George's. So I spent the first week of the CFE at the elementary school, and the second week I have now just finished spending at the senior school. This is an interesting kind of one just because there's really obvious differences. Like the kids at the junior school are just that. They're children. So it's clear that the expectations from the teacher and from the student are very clear. You're dealing with children. They need to be taken care of. They need to be watched at all times. They are a danger to themselves. Safety is a big concern with everything. And I'm not saying it isn't at the senior school, but as these kids get older, grade 10, 11, 12, slowly we start to treat them more like adults. Slowly we give them more responsibility. They don't need to be watched all the time. They can do things by themselves. And we just need to gently remind them about safety concerns and they can take it from there. So yes, and so that kind of brings you to the teaching aspect of it. Like it's really a different skill set. Not entirely, there's a lot of overlap in classroom management between elementary and high school. Like there's a lot of transferable skills, but at the end of the day, it is a different skill set. And just because you're looking at such a massive difference in maturity and you know, uh, intelligence or just maturity, basically. You're looking at such a massive difference between a 12 student and a grade 4 student. And then, at the grade 1 level, it's mo really more just childcare. Um, I only observed one grade 1 class at St. George's. Um, which is at that point childcare. But the grade ones were so funny. I love them so much. But that being said, prior to this experience, I mean, the last time I was in an elementary school, I was in an elementary school. I was a student. So going back to an elementary school was just so much fun. If you'd asked me prior to this experience, I hadn't been around kids a lot, mostly just teenagers, because that's what I thought where I thought I wanted to work. That really hasn't changed, but I just realized, I mean, St. George's Elementary School is one of the happiest places on the planet. It was so much fun being there. I really loved it. But now shifting gears back to the senior school and high school students and like more my wheelhouse, it has been good. Um, it's interesting, like a lot of the tricks that elementary school teachers use, like if you want their attention, I mean, it's a bit patronizing to do things like that with the high school class. You can still do it. But I don't think high schoolers like it. It's a bit like, okay, please don't treat me like I'm a child. But at the same time, if they don't want to be treated like children, they can't act like children. They can't be disturbing the class. They need to have good in classroom behavior, which is not really an issue at St. George's. Um, at the senior level, the kids are pretty respectful and pretty engaged. So, uh, public versus private again, like you do get a lot more engagement at the in that kind of environment, like in a environment like St. George's. Um, but yeah, it's been a good experience. I really enjoyed the energy that the kids bring to the class. They do get quite chaotic, even with a smaller class size. I witnessed a lab, and it was a messy, fun lab, but the teacher did struggle a lot just to get the attention, to bring the attention back to her because they're kids, and it's a fun, messy lab, and so there's always going to be challenges. with classroom management at any age level, it's just a different set of challenges. And you can't, a strategy that you use on grade fours is not necessarily going to work on grade 11s or 12s. It's just kind of the I mean the end result, what you're trying to get, their attention and their engagement is the same, but you can't use the same methodology in my experience. And then there's every grade in between, right? And then slowly things have to transition between these two methodologies. So that's kind of what I've observed, and it makes observing like all these different grade levels very, very exciting, and very cool. And you do learn a lot every time you observe one of these classes. So that's kind of what I've been looking out for. Yeah, and then excited to do some teaching next week. I think I'll wrap it up there. I hope it wasn't too rambly, but yeah, I'll look forward to teaching next week and my final reflection. Have a good day.